Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Rants show. Now, I just made a video about bald people, and I mentioned in that video that bald is the same as having unkempt long hair. It's the exact opposite of the spectrum, but it's the same vibe. And in that video, I mentioned Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ probably, maybe, depends on who you ask, had long hair. Was it unkempt? Probably. I seriously doubt that he shampooed and conditioned his hair 2 to 3 times a week. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't read the whole Bible, but I don't think that was around back then. Now, in the modern day, we do have shampoo, we do have conditioner, but unfortunately, some of God's children decide not to use those products. I'm not talking about the people who cannot afford shampoo and conditioner. I'm talking about the people who actively avoid it. I'm sure someone just popped into your mind. That is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about greasy, oily, long, split ends, that kind of hair. That kind of hair. I'm sure you were all thinking of someone. I'm thinking of someone. I'm thinking of multiple people right now. You know, when I was in high school, they sat in the hallway and they played Super Smash Bros. On their Nintendo Switches. There was about 7 or 8 of them. It was a little gang. But the problem is that it's not sanitary. It's not good at all. And it's kind of like if you don't have the responsibility to take care of long hair, maybe you shouldn't have long hair. Now, I know that I cannot force anyone to cut their hair the same way I can't force someone to get rid of their dog. If you adopt a dog and you do not take care of it at all, you don't feed it, you don't bathe it, you don't walk it, you just do like the bare minimum to keep it alive, it stinks, it just sucks, its life sucks. I don't appreciate that. Now, you should take care of yourself. You should take care of yourself as if you're taking care of your dog, if you treat your dog well. When you get medication from a doctor, sometimes you won't take it. Sometimes, I don't need it. I'll take something else. But when your dog gets medication or your cat gets medication, you make sure they take it on time every single day, following the instructions to a T. Treat that the same exact as you would treat your hair. Now, what I mean by that is if you are going to brave the wastes, if you are going to venture outside the normal length of hair and go for a longer look, you need to be prepared to work for it. You need to be prepared to work for it. You need to have a regiment. I'm not saying it has to be like this huge thing. It's not a huge thing, but you can just scrape by with normal hair. You can just scrape by. You can't scrape by with long hair. You can't. You will bother everyone around you. You will ruin pillowcases. You will ruin airplanes. If you are in an airplane with super long, greasy, oily hair, no one will say anything to you, but everyone hates you. You don't want to be that guy. You don't. And, going back to Jesus, I think the reason that, no one cared about his long hair is because everyone had long hair. I swear to God, everyone in the Bible has long hair or is bald or is balding. There's no fades. There's no fades. Because they didn't have it back then. So the point I'm making is, and this is getting I'm talking about the Bible. This is literally just about long hair. If you can't cut it, literally just a pun. If you can't cut it, cut it. That's the slogan. If you can't cut it, cut it. If you can't meet the standards, if you can't follow the criteria, it is time to go to Supercuts and get absolutely botched. Go into Supercuts or Sports Clips or whatever they are called, whatever one of those chains are, and just get absolutely botched. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they leave like these weird patches in your head or if they just shave you down to the skin. At least you won't stink anymore. And that's important. You don't want to stink. So leave your thoughts down in the comments. Let me know if you stink. And I appreciate you listening to this. And I will see you tomorrow.